Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. Welcome back on Into Worldwide. This had the potential to be, it's a real first of its kind, to be like a proper meltdown live during a game, because another similarity between the two of us, we don't do the whole watch along thing. I've never seen Ale do one. I don't think I ever will see him do it. Have you ever done one before I introduce you? Welcome back, by the way. Have you ever done a live watch along?
Yeah, preseason games, but that's already 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah. I even had some people messaging me in the Interwar chat, like, I think you've made a mistake. Okay, shit, no, I haven't made a mistake, but it's really, really good to be here on Touchline Talk. We linked up last time on Ali's channel for a preview for the derby that we sensationally lost, so I'm definitely going to give him a couple of minutes to have his flowers for that. But like everything in the Inter and Juve world, you're as good as your last bad moment. I can't really put it any better than that. So both of us have got that issue at the moment. Spoiler alert, I will keep the score updated down the bottom. You guys can keep me updated in the chat. I'm also watching it in the background. It's Inter 2, Slavia Praha 0. A gift to Lautaro Martinez, and then a very, very well-worked goal on the left-hand side, finished by Denzel Dumfries in the middle. But Ale, welcome back to the channel. First of all, how have you been in general? How's life?
Oh, good. Nothing special. Just steady.
That's good. As usual, I've been watching all of your content, following along the roller coaster that is Juventus and Igor Tudor. Many of the things that you said at the start of the season are going to, come to fruition with you guys. A lot of grinta, a lot of passion. There's some DNA being injected. Players do look like they are trying that little bit extra and a little bit harder, but sometimes it's just not enough. What are your thoughts on the start of the season, the last couple of games? Of course, take a couple of minutes to talk about that derby victory, which is always worth savoring. I have to give you that.
Yeah, I mean, the win against Inter was cool, but yeah, the hype died like a couple of days after the Dortmund game, and kind of the writings were on the wall at that moment in time. You can see that, like, I thought maybe the Inter game was a one-off crazy game, like, happens, you take it, it's against Inter, nobody cares how you really win that game, but if you win it in that fashion, fantastic. But if you have that similar type of performance against a similar type, I think there was more quote-unquote control against Inter, like over 90 minutes. It wasn't that chaotic. Against Dortmund, we lost control, like, great spells of that game. But you have a similar type of comeback, only not in a win. You grow concern. And all the concerns I have are back. It's not gonna I'm not going to lower my expectations for the management, the coach, and the players. If they don't meet what they should be doing this season, they fail. We haven't lost. That's the crazy part. But I've said that last season. I think last season the first game we lost in the league was on match day 22 under Motta.
Was it
That was the
was
first.
it that long? Did you have that many draws before you lost the game?
Yeah.
That's
It was
crazy.
away to Napoli, and we were 1-0 up against Napoli, and then Locatelli gave away a ridiculous pen in minute 60, because we were even in control of that game, in my opinion. Like, it wasn't that Napoli were all over us, up to the point that Locatelli made the most random of tackles for no reason, and that game, slips away. That was on match day 22. So I mean, when people say calm down, we haven't lost, I'm like, that's cool, but like, if you look at if results is the only thing you look at, then you should be very calm. You're 1 point off the league, you haven't lost, calm. But you need to look at the performances, and we have a lot of issues, and I don't think issues we can really fix, and then there are some issues too that just doesn't want to fix. And that's the most frustrating part. He's very stubborn, and it's clearly not working. Like, it's clearly not working. We're leaking goals. Today he said, I'm happy with the defense. I'm like, I'm not sure how you can be happy. We can see about 9 goals in the last 4 games. If you are happy about that, that's crazy. Coming from an ex-defender as well, that's the most ridiculous statement I've heard. And then he's already making some sort of excuses, which I don't like, saying, you cannot expect that this team beats Atalanta at home 2-3-0 or play at the same pace for 90 minutes. And yeah, nobody was expecting us to beat Atalanta 3-0 just to beat Atalanta at home. That was the expectation. Nobody was asking to smash them 3-0. I've not come across any person saying that. So he's kind of put it in a bit of a ridiculous spectrum, where it's like he's making it sound like the fans are asking for something ridiculous, when I don't think we're asking something ridiculous. We're asking you to beat one of the worst Atalanta sides of the last, 8 years, 7 years, and we haven't beaten them since 18 at home. So I don't know. Like, it's weird. It's not good. It's a lot of chaos, and to be honest, a lot of similarities to Thiago Motta, and all the criticism he got, for some reason, it's not out there in the media. Or for some reason, I know the reason, but it's not out there. Even though I'm watching the games and I'm like, I don't really see any difference, if I'm being completely honest. And to add, he's been in charge for about 20 games right now. I'm not saying Klopp is going to sack him at this stage of the season, but he's not in charge since August. He's been in charge for about 20 games right now, almost half worthy of games of a season. So there's a good enough sample size to say, I don't see it.
I mean, that's fair. Like, you can't just coast on passion and vibes the whole time. And that brings me to something. When I was watching your stream yesterday, I thought to myself, I've had this conversation with him before. This is the same thing I said to so many Juve fans about a year and a half ago when he had this string of good games. Federico Gatti is not suited to Sampdoria level football, man. He's not a footballer, bro. And when you guys came up a little bit under Allegri and he was getting minute after minute, it was great to see someone who's a bit of a passion merchant. But I kept reminding some of my Juve friends, I go, you guys don't believe that this guy's a good centre back, right? I don't believe that you guys believe for a second. I believe that you want to believe it, but there is no way you're looking at the same human being, the same footballer as I am, if you can call him that. He's a rubbish defender, and any back three that you ever play with Federico Gatti in it, I don't care if it's got prime Nesta on one side and Cannavaro on the other one, is going to concede 1 goal per game because Federico Gatti is in that back line, man. He's not a good defender. He's hopeless.
I've been consistent since day one. Okay, day one I didn't say he's rubbish, but I always said I don't see it. I just don't see it. There was a period of time where he actually improved, and I was like, okay, maybe we can make something out of it, for now. But man, and the media using injuries as excuses and people going with it. I'm like, no, he's just not good. It's bad decision after bad, rash, yellow cards, stepping up high for no reason, making ridiculous challenges. Like, it's so bad. When you watch him play, you can see from his body language, the way he plays, he's not good. and you can feel he's gonna mess it up at one point, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy, and the crazy part is probably gonna play tomorrow as well because Bremer is not there. So
Kefrad's out as well. You guys have
yeah.
got a pretty tricky. You guys have got a pretty tricky fixture list coming up. We might
Oh,
get to
that's
that a
crazy.
little bit soon. Well, yeah, off the top of my head, you've got Villarreal, Milan back to back, right?
Yes, and then after the break we have 3 away games: Como, Madrid, and Lazio.
3 away games. That's horrible. Yeah, this is good. This is
Yeah,
really going to separate to. Don't be an idiot, Lautaro. Fuck, he's an idiot, man. Tudor, this is really going to be a tough test for Tudor, man. How do you see him coming out of it? And realistically, what are your early expectations for the season?
I said they need to finish second. I put the pressure on him and be in a title race, purely because that's the pressure that should be on. If I look at the teams around us, like Napoli, they're gonna drop off because they play multiple games a week. It's just going to happen, and like they had a big window, but I don't really think they had the good enough window in terms of injection of quality, you know, for the money they pay for it. So I think we will be around it just by default, you know, because I think a lot of teams will drop points, but realistically speaking, the next 5 games are going to be extremely telling. Like it's that simple. I put out, you know, a question. I'm like, would be anyone shocked if we didn't win any of our next 5 games? And actually, I'm going to say 90% of the response was like, no, wouldn't be shocked. And this is not to say we cannot win any of those games, but it wouldn't come as a shock if you don't beat Lazio away, Como away, Madrid away, Milan at home, or Villarreal away. It wouldn't come as a shock, you know. I hope I'm wrong about that feeling, but right now it feels like we can lose every game, draw every game, and for some reason also win a game, you know. But you never know what's going to happen, and that I think that's the biggest issue right now. It's very chaotic, and it's I don't know, man. Like there's his style of play, pressing, I don't see any of it. Like and nothing, you know. It's heavily relying on Yildiz, please, or Segrova, come on and please, you know. Other than that, I'm not sure what I'm watching. So the next 5 games are going to be big for him, and if it goes really really south, he could be out of the door, because I don't think the new guys in charge will give him months and months. I don't think they're those type of people. Also, because I don't think they wanted him in the summer, but they came in and he was just there.
Yeah, that's fair as well. Still 2-0 to Inter, 54th minute. We've got Akanji and Fratesi potentially coming on, warming up on the side. Next topic, Chivu finding some form. This banner will hold a little bit more weight if we hold on to a fixture here, because it'll be 6 Champions League points out of 6, albeit against, you know, opponents that you really should be getting 6 points out of 6 from, and we should be getting 3 points in our next 2 games as well. But, you know, just make sure you get the job done before saying anything. And we have picked up a couple of wins in a row in Serie A that were, once again, obligatory wins, mandatory wins, Sassuolo and Cagliari, as well as Cremonese. It needs to be this week before we have tough fixtures against Roma and Napoli coming up eventually. Chivu, though, we are liking a little bit of what we see, and I finally released probably my first positive piece of content this season yesterday, where I talked a little bit about how, Oak Tree might have, you know, pinched pennies a little bit with their profit in the off-season. But there was clearly an understanding between coach and club, because we have boasted, with all the financial news that's come out recently, we've boasted our biggest revenue since I've been alive as an Inter fan. We also have the 100 million being injected to the infrastructure project to improve training ground and facilities. We are in the most advanced negotiations with the city of Milan, which has finally been approved yesterday. We know how Italians work. It'll be 10 years before the operation actually happens. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, Inter and Milan can start earning more gate revenue before that stadium goes up. On paper, they won't earn much more, because it'll, you know, pretty much be subject to a percentage of ownership percentage until that new stadium goes up. And once that stadium goes up, it'll be full profits. But it is the steps that we wanted to see nonetheless. And on top of that, we've got the under-23 side, which is something we were crying out for about 4 seasons now. When you put all of that together into Oak Tree's first 12 months here, you look at them and you say, okay, maybe they were within their rights to go, all of you spoiled fans, shut up with your stupid Lookman talk. We are not putting the 40 million down for this 30 million year old. And now looking at what we've got on the pitch is still not good enough. It's still not good. There are still holes that need to be plugged. One thing I said yesterday that was positive was Chivu's youth impact and influence. The fact that he's not scared to play the likes of Esposito, Sucic is playing right now. And we might have players like Stankovic, Carboni, and Akan Samiro all coming back next season, all three of them. And if all three of them come back, it's three players that I would almost consider first team ready. Stankovic, definitely. So with Chivu finding some form on his own and also having that little pipeline of youth, there really is an understanding between club and coach here. Whether or not it works out due to Chivu's inexperience, I'm not too sure. But he's found the obligatory points after a rough-ish start to the season. Fans are forgetting it was his first step in a professional gig. So maybe looking at the points he's accumulated so far, it's not as bad as it looks. I just think obviously being in winning positions against you guys in Udinese, it's always going to leave a sour taste in the mouth. But that's enough for me as Thuram streaks away, gets the ball away to Sucic, who loses the ball. What are your thoughts on Chivu? Pre-derby, post-derby, do you think anything has turned a corner for us, or it's still way too early to tell for anything?
I think it's a bit too early. I think the team is just riding the wave. I think we will have bad results this season. I think you will be that team because, like you said, I think there's still some holes in the squad.
I'm just letting you know, Lautaro just missed a sitter. When you watch this replay back, in a way, he just kind of goes to kick the ball. It's like he's in a training ground, bro. He's an absolute... Never mind, go on.
Well, you have holes in the squad. I think you're going to drop points throughout the season, more than last season. But like I said early on, I think other teams are going to do the same. So I don't think that is the biggest, I don't want to say worry, throughout the season. But you have holes in that squad. You do. And I don't think, like us, you can really fix it this season. You just need to try to cope with it as best as the best possible way you can. And that's about it, I guess. But I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be overly concerned after the derby result, and I wouldn't be overly positive at this moment in time. Because, like you said, you beat Slavia Prague. You need to beat that team at home.
Sucic just came so close to scoring. He's a good player, man. This Sucic is quite a good player. We like him.
I do like him. But you need to beat Slavia Prague at home. Just even by default. And the first game, who was that in the Champions League? It was away from home, right?
The first game was against Ajax in Amsterdam. So not easy in theory, but it's a weak Ajax, man. You know them better than I do at the moment.
Yeah, I think they're losing 3-0 to Marseille at this moment in time as well. Like,
3-0. That's ugly.
It was 3-0 at halftime, 4-0 at this moment in time already.
I might put those scores up for some people to look at as well. Go on.
They're not a good team, but again, like, you did what you had to do, and then on the weekend you won as well. So you need to pick up points. But like you said, the results against Udinese, I think more so Udinese than Juve. Yeah, you were in winning position, but you were also in not winning position twice. Like, we as Juve fans could have said the same thing. Like, we gave it away twice. Why? But those games, I mean, it's Juve Inter. Like, I've seen very weird things happen, like, many times.
Yeah.
I've seen us come back and beat you when we were in the first time back in Serie A. Like, and it happened, and we shouldn't be beating you, but we did beat you. So I don't think we should be looking into that game a bit too much. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, you're not gonna have the cleanest of season. I think it is. I don't think any of your fan base will be surprised by that as well, to be honest. Like you said, the window, his first big job, his second job actually is like he coached 38 games and now he took over Inter, so that's not easy as well, So I don't know, it's up in the it's going to be a weird Serie A season, I think, because Atalanta are picking up form. They look better than people would have imagined. I think Roma are getting away with a couple of things. I think they will have a dip at one point as well, but they're up there. Milan are not going away. So I don't know. Like, I think patience, patience, and then we will see. But I think this far he's been doing a decent job, like you said. Against us, you were winning at one point, and you just gave it away the last, I don't know, what was it, 10 minutes? So it's
Well,
far.
after watching the game, after watching the loss back, I thought to myself, you know what, people were right. We actually came to Turin to try and get 3 points from you guys.
Yeah,
And
you did.
even
You
under
did.
even under Conte and Inzaghi, we've come to your park like pussycats. And yeah, Chivu really went there to win. It's like he went there. He's a manager with a coach's mentality. That's what my friend was saying the other day. It's almost like he's there. He's like one mental barrier away from jumping on the pitch. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, it's not just another Grinta Merchant thing. We'll move on in a sec. It's 4-0 now to Marseille. So Ajax are getting absolutely spanked. Galatasaray are still beating Liverpool. Chelsea are beating Benfica. Is this Mourinho's first game in charge at Benfica or second? He must have coached the Portuguese.
I think it's
game by now.
His third game. I think he won one
cool.
and he drew one. And Liverpool should have been down a couple because Osimhen is missing some sitters.
As predicted, Bayern Munich is up. Our next game is against Kairat Almaty, who got spanked by Madrid this morning. Atletico are beating Frankfurt, and Bodo Glimt are beating Tottenham Hotspur. Man, the Tottenham Express is never late, bro.
We need to go to Bodo Glimt, and that pitch it's artificial.
That's
it's
the AstroTurf one, isn't it?
And it's in the winter, and it's a very small pitch. I mean, you can be a very good team. It's like it's not fun to play. Like it's tough to play. Like I don't know if you have that in Australia, artificial pitch. A lot of them.
Yeah. We have
you
them,
do,
yeah.
But it's always hot over. Like when it's cold, like we have them over here. On Sunday league football. When you play on them when it's cold, it's yeah, I'm gonna say it's not fun. And that's let's put it in a like it's like playing on rocks or on the street. Yeah. That's how we play football. There's no, like, the ball bounces weird. You're scared to put in a slide tackle. Actually, you don't put in a slide tackle because you will actually get burned. Like actually, really, it's horrible, man. But we need to go to Bodo Glimt as well. I think in December when it's like absolutely freezing over there.
Yeah, fair. Let's move on to the next topic, and then I'm also going to ask some people in a couple of chats to send some images to me from the game so I can start doing a post-match. I understand that actually. What's your name? Sorry, I just missed the comments. Messi123, but that's okay because now this is going to mean that I'll be able to do a post-match live or a good post-match reaction, whereas I probably would have just been sitting on the couch before doing a 30-second short, not paying attention. So thank you to everybody that does come back and watch this, and make sure you're heading to the Bianconeri zone. You can just click the name in the title of the video. Next up, so Champions League is back. Like I said, wasn't expecting to play today. I thought we had the extra day, but actually it's all going to end well because if we end the day with 3 points, I'll be able to relax tomorrow and enjoy the next match day. So I'll just throw it straight over to DiMarco with a hit. I'll throw it straight over to Ale. You have Villarreal tomorrow. The only thing I know about this season is that they've improved their style of play. And of course, Tejan Buchanan is now looking like a really good footballer after he leaves Inter. So let's talk a little bit about that game, and I'll keep updating. That'll drag us into the last 15 minutes basically of this fixture against Slavia Praha. So nervous, obviously, you guys would be because you didn't get the 3 points. It was a good comeback on the match day against Dortmund, but ultimately you dropped points because you were at home, right?
Yeah, drop points.
And now you have to go to Villarreal tomorrow. So I'll have a quick look at Villarreal's season so far.
They lost one game.
That, man? Is it an anxious one?
Yeah, I predicted all wins so far this season. I think we're going to lose. They're undefeated at home for 18 games. They went to Tottenham. They lost that game, but I watched that.
They should have won that game. 16 points. There's 16 points from 21 in La Liga. Holy shit, good. They've only lost one game. They're 5 wins.
Yeah, they play very well. They won 2 games against the bottom 2 of the league as well. But they play good football. I've watched them this season. They do. They have Vega, who's having a stellar season. Shocking. We kept Gatti on a contract extension. And yeah, we lost the last time we played them. We lost 1-0 and 3-0 at home. They kicked us out. Rugani played, had an absolute horror show. He might be playing again tomorrow. Thuram is out, Bremer is out. I mean, like all the signs are not positive. You know, that's the only way I can put it. The signs are absolutely not positive. You know, so we need to win because, like I said, the next match day is Real Madrid away. So it's very, very possible that we will start the Champions League campaign with 1 point out of 9. It's very possible. And that will be an absolute disaster, you know, for this club, for this team, for this squad, you know. So yeah, not looking forward to it at all, one bit, you know, not confident. Looking or listening to Tudor's presser, he sounds not defeated, but like he sounds defensive already, you know, saying, you know, the team, you cannot expect this, and this. I'm like, okay, like I don't want to hear that in match day 5. That's crazy to me. But I think you already feel some sort of pressure because the game, yeah, it's on. You need to be. You cannot lose to Villarreal. So
Of course.
yeah, not looking forward to it at all.
You need something. You need to come out of it with a point. Barella's coming in. Pio Esposito is coming in. Bisek is coming out. Lautaro is coming out. Akanji is coming in. Inter 3. Lautaro with a tap in with another well-worked goal. Something I will say about Inter, our style of play and our progression, especially down that left-hand side, is starting to look quite good this season. We are putting some nice patterns of play together, and you know, some of our goals, even though they might look simple on the surface, or they might just be coming off short rebounds or tap-ins or from short range, I am quite impressed with the fact that we're not just relying on set pieces at the moment. So Inter 3, Slavia Praha 0. That'll be the 3 points. 6 out of 6 for the Champions League. I think if you come out of something with Villarreal, it can restore some confidence. I just don't see how you're going to be able to build wins in the next month, because I didn't realize just how away your fixtures were coming up as well. And especially with Bremer and Thuram looking, you know, a little bit worse for wear. Who is it that you can actually bank on at the moment to pull you out of this rut?
It's Yildiz, but like it's heavily relying on Yildiz. And against Atalanta, you had a quiet game, and then you struggle. Like we're heavily, like you just said, you know, you can see some patterns of play, etc. We don't have that at all. You know, when we're chasing a game, he just chucks in players and Zegrova, and you know, like it's chaotic. You know, I don't blame Zegrova, but it's like, go for it, beat your man, put in a cross, take a ridiculous shot. I mean, yeah, that's how we play right now, and that's not how, like, Villarreal are going to put it on us tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, I'm not confident at all. Like, I'm not looking forward to the game at all. I don't know how to describe it. It's an odd feeling because, like I said early on, we haven't lost the season. It's not that we have like only one win on the season, but yeah, the performances have not been good the last 3 games.
Yeah. I'm just want to check the kickoff time tomorrow. It is probably going to be very, very
like
early
the Inter game
in the morning. Yeah.
like
Okay, cool. It's the same time, 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I'll be up to watch part of that tomorrow. Expectations for the Champions League. What is it amongst your fan base? Final, just same as last season. Try and get into the knockouts. Try and get through to that 16 or top 24, isn't it? Yeah, top 24. Only 8 teams miss out.
Yeah, the bare minimum is that, obviously. And that's the bare minimum. Yeah. I don't have any higher expectations. Like, I know the club does, but I don't think they're very realistic with it at this moment in time, you know?
Yeah.
If you see what they're doing right now, yeah, like you cannot be very, what we've put out there on the pitch, you cannot say, oh, we're going to do this, and that in the Champions League. It's impossible.
That's how this magic started, Mattia. There was no one I'd rather be with in this space than him. It was just too easy to do. That's why 2-1 to Bodo Glimt over Tottenham. I bet that game's just an absolute comedy fest to watch at the moment. What? Yeah, 2-1 to Bodo Glimt. So Bodo went 2-0 up, and then Tottenham just clawed one back. So it would be chaos there. I'm going to go watch the extended highlights of that later on. Chelsea is still leading Benfica 1-0. Galatasaray still leads Liverpool 1-0. Marseille leads Ajax 4-0. Those are really the only games worth mentioning. Atletico Madrid has 4-1 on Eintracht Frankfurt as well. All right, let's pretty much start to wrap this up or get into the last topic or two. That's why I can't see it, because Mattia's comment is up there. Let me ask you a question. If he does win the league this year, who's going to be more pissed off? Inter fans because it's going to be 2020, or Juve fans because Allegri has done the most insulting thing ever, left your club after being pushed out and winning the league with Milan, just like he did in 2011. Do you think that could happen, man? And if so, who's going to be more pissed off? I think he can. I think he's got the squad to do it. I think it's deep enough for Serie A.
Yeah. 1 game a week. It's balanced. Yeah, the back line is a bit weird, but I've seen Napoli do it last season with an odd back line, actually a very bad back line, and they managed to do it. So I wouldn't be shocked if he does that. I don't care. I know a lot of fans will rewrite history and be like, oh, you see, we should have kept Rabiot. No, he was rubbish for us. And even Marseille was like, please go, and Allegri was doing a poor job. Like, people are like, oh, the squad, like the same people who do not rate this Milan squad, by the way, they were talking about our squad right last when Allegri had that squad. He won about 2 games in the last 20 when he was in charge, or 3 games of the last 20. If you think that is a reason to stay in the job in year 3, then fine. Like, fine. If he wins it, then yeah, cool. Then he deserved to win it, but he was not going to win it with us. Like, he was not going to do it. So what was the point? Like, there's no Juve fan who can tell me then, oh, he was going to win it with us, because I was there at the time. Everybody was at the time. He was never going to win it with us, So it is what it is. He's coming back. Am I scared to face Milan? No. Like, because to be honest, at home we should be beating Milan. Even this Milan,
everyone's going to have to face them. You can't run from it twice a season.
Yeah, no, like, that's what it is. And we play them at home, and the expectation is you need to beat Milan at home. That's my expectation. You go into the game, you play at home, and you need to beat them. That's it. Is that realistic, looking at the way they're playing and we're playing? Well, yeah, it's still realistic.
It's always realistic in a big game. It's always realistic in a big game. You got to take it. It's the perfect opportunity.
They are in a better place right now than us, the way they play. Yeah. That's what I can say. But, it's at home, so the thing is, we play today and they have a week of rest, so
the amount
that's a big difference.
The amount of high profile fixture games, the amount of derbies that are won, like you alluded to at the start of the show, that are won out of context. You said that, you guys have won a few against us coming back when you shouldn't have as well. Remember the 2-1 that we won under Frank de Boer, where we were losing 1-0 up until the last 10 minutes, and Perisic and Icardi grabbed a couple of goals. And that was Frank de Boer's 2 of his wins before he got sacked, was against you guys in our worst spot ever in our Banter era. So time for you guys to, serve Allegri up with something raw. And to be honest, I obviously never want to see you guys win. But at the moment, if we're taking conscious bias out of it, I think we kind of need Allegri and Milan to drop some points sooner rather than later. I just wanted to see if there's anything else that we should chat about before we wrap this up. We've already played you guys. You've got some pretty interesting fixtures coming up. Vlahovic situation. Anything coming out with the fan in your sphere of news? Anything that we should know about? Is he definitely going to drag his contract out? Do you guys still fancy getting a bid in January? What's the lowest you guys could go? Can't be putting 20 mil in front of his name in January anymore, man.
No, he's staying.
Yeah.
He's staying until the end of the season. Chiellini came out. It's like, there's no chance he's leaving in January. And the reason is very simple, because we need 20 million. Nobody's going to pay that, and we're not going to give him away. At that stage, you just keep him.
Yeah.
So he's going to stay, and he's probably going to leave on a free. So, yeah. And I'm not going to cry about it. It hasn't worked out as it should. His wages are insane. It is what it is. If he goes somewhere else and smashes it in, fine. If somebody wants to pay that money, also fine. But we're not that squad. We're not that team.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Jonathan David hasn't had as much field time recently. Is that something to be concerned about, or nah?
Yeah, it is. It is. Because he has no idea how to use the 3 strikers.
He came out and said that, didn't he?
He said, yeah, if I need to play Openda and David need to change formation, but I'm not going to do it. He said, I'm playing one up top, two, unlikely. Close game, he plays the players who need space. An open game, he plays the players who don't really need space, and can not really utilize the space. So he has no idea how to use them at this moment in time, and he's switching it up every single week. Only David disappeared for the last 2.5 games. So yeah, it's like, I don't know how it's going to gel if you have an entire front line that changes every single week. Only Yildiz is the only main guy, and the other guys he's playing with somebody else. Actually, he's playing with two players up top, two different players up top every single week, basically. Once it's Sigrova and Openda, then it's Jonathan David, then it's back to Vlahovic, and then it's Court Miners on the right hand side. Like, it's total chaos. It's total chaos, and he has no clue what he's doing right now, and it makes it worse because, to be honest, our front line has no real idea what they need to do. It's a lot of individual things. For me, you need to switch to a back four because Cambiaso's not looking good. The Kalulu right wing back is actually pissing me off right now, and not blaming Kalulu, but yeah, he's just limited in that position. So it's not helping anyone, and that front line is just struggling, and the two-man midfield is just gonna get overrun. And when you have Thuram who had issues and fitness issues, and you're playing with two in midfield, then I mean, I don't need to explain what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, that's pretty much all I have for you today. Was there anything that you wanted to discuss or anything extra you wanted to ask me, or are you happy to wrap this one up?
I'm happy to wrap this one up. Maybe.
Actually, there's one little thing I'll ask. You think Antonio Conte's starting to crack already? Why can't this guy resist? He knows the whole world is watching him like a horror movie. You see these comments about De Bruyne?
No. Oh, I saw that today because he said, I will let it slide for one time or something like that.
He said, I hope he was frustrated at the result or the performance, because if not, this is he said something like, if not, that's not something to be happy about. That's not something to be proud of. Something like that. I don't know.
I also saw he said, because he was pissed when he got off De Bruyne, and he was like, this is a team sport, blah, blah, blah. And one time I will let it slide. I will make my feelings known. But the second time, I'm not going to do it again, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. He said, I'll tell him one time, everyone, any player, no matter who you are. And that's that. Actually, he's getting the goals and the assists, whatever, but like a lot of set pieces. He's not playing well. I think he's struggling to find his place in that squad. He gets the numbers, but it's like free kicks, pens, set pieces. But I think Conte is a bit struggling to find a place for him in this team at this moment in time.
Yeah, true. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Stick around on Inter Worldwide because I'm about to schedule a post-match reaction, and I'll start that in about 10 minutes' time. So thank you very much to Ale for coming through. Make sure you are liking the video and subscribing to the Bianconeri Zone. Next edition of Touchline Talk will be on his channel. So watch this space for any news on that, and watch that space as well. Thanks for coming, man. We'll see you soon. Ciao, everybody.
Ciao.